For centuries, the galaxy believed humanity was dormant, primitive, isolated, too caught up in its own wars to ever rise beyond its blue cradle. The Galactic Accord, an alliance of dominant alien species, debated Earth's induction only to scoff at the idea. But when the Zarkali Dominion began its aggressive campaign to expand, they chose to use Earth as a pawn, a distraction for their enemies. They thought humans would be easy to manipulate. They were wrong. It began with the destruction of Europa Base. The Zarkali fleet, in a show of dominance, obliterated the civilian colony orbiting Jupiter's moon. No declaration of war, no warning, just vaporized habitats, 12,000 dead. The United Terran Command responded with silence, but it wasn't submission. It was calculation. General Lien Vos, commander of the Human Interstellar Defense Network, stood before the Terran High Council and spoke the words that would echo across star systems. We were not asked to join their wars, but they made the mistake of dragging us in. Within 72 hours, Earth mobilized the Aegis Armada, 30 warships unlike anything the galaxy had seen. Sleek, black as obsidian, AI-integrated, pulse-core engines capable of folding space. And they carried weapons forged in the crucibles of Earth's relentless conflicts, directed singularity cannons, quantum destabilizers, and Dread-class kinetic impactors. The aliens had never seen war like this. When the HTS Vengeance, humanity's lead dreadnought, arrived in the Zarkali home sector, the Dominion's admirals laughed. Primitive deathworlders, they called them. Savages with toys. That arrogance lasted 7 minutes. The Vengeance fired a single shot. One. It wasn't aimed at a ship, it was aimed at their sun. The Stellar Lance weapon burrowed into the Zarkali star's surface and triggered an artificial microflare that scorched half their fleet before they could even raise shields. The rest tried to flee, only to find Earth's AIs had already hacked the Zarkali comms, shut down their jump systems, and disabled emergency power. The galaxy watched in horror. The Accord demanded restraint. Humanity replied with a transmission that froze every diplomat in their tracks. You involved us. You killed our civilians. There will be no negotiations. There will only be judgment. By the time the Second Terran Fleet reached the Zarkali throne world, there was no resistance, just surrender. But humanity wasn't after surrender. They were after a message. Earth terraformed the Zarkali capital into a graveyard moon, left it spinning, dead and silent, with a beacon that broadcast 3 words across every known frequency. Do not provoke. The Galactic Accord scrambled to respond. Emergency councils formed. Peace envoys sent. Treaties offered. But humanity wasn't answering calls anymore. They were listening, watching, waiting. And the rest of the galaxy began to understand the cost of dragging a Deathworld species into their affairs. Ambassador Velthor of the Vereen Confederacy stood before the Accord and delivered the harshest truth yet spoken in 1,000 years. We played with the fire we thought extinct. We poked the ancient predator in its sleep. Now we know. Earth is not a world of peace. It is a forge, a crucible of war. And it remembers every wound. Years passed. The Zarkali were no more. Other empires, once proud and dominant, began demilitarizing, not by treaty, but by fear. Every empire knew now. If you saw a Terran ship enter your system, you did not scan it, you did not hail it. You prayed it wasn't here for you. And above it all, humanity remained cold and distant. They did not seek conquest or revenge. But they remembered Europa. They remembered the civilians. And they made sure the galaxy would never forget the consequences of waking the sleeping giants of Earth.